remember now those childhood days gone by. You woke up with the morning sun. It was warm and alive and fun. I'm a roll, don't turn around, I'm a roll.
Hello friends, fans and enemies, welcome to another Zane-Destiny video. This is another tournament update on Digimon. I have missed the past couple of weeks due to work stuff and friend stuff. I had to go enjoy myself, why not? But yeah, entered our, I believe it's the third tournament at my local Geek Retreat store. And I was pretty happy with it today. I did make some changes, kind of the same sort of theme from last time, but yeah, I had a pretty good time. Unfortunately, still only won one game out of three, but it was quite a few tight matches, and it was one of the games was just it was sweaty. It was really to the grind. But yeah, let's get to the deck profile and say we'll have a quick chat about it and things will change. So we'll start off with the Digitimer or the babies. Change that up to 1 Upa and 4 Koro. So I decided to do 4 Koro for the potential of minusing 1000 DP when attacking, because the thing I found most times was as I was attacking or running into blockers, there would be like 6000 power or more, and most of the ultimates I have roughly have about 6 to 7,000 DP. So I thought having an extra Koromon, would reduce their amount and they could survive a turn. It did come up at least once or twice, but I was kind of missing the draw power of Upa. So I think instead of doing like a 4x1 split, I'll probably take out maybe 1 or 2 Coral and swap them for more Upa. So I have like a 3-2 split. I don't know about the ratios yet. It might either be like 3-2 or 2-3, whatever. But I do like these two Digimon. I haven't got anything from BT5 yet. Potentially, I might decide to swap a few more Digitimer out, depending as and when. But today I did kind of miss the draw power because I did get level locked a couple of times. I believe today it was level 5 that was evading me. But when I did get them, they did all come in. But yeah, that's the babbies. Leave them up here. Next we'll go to the rookies. So I can't remember exactly what I had last time, but I went a bit more consistency based, which hurt me but also helped me in strange ways. So started off with the four Bushis. I decided to maximize on this guy because if I do get him out with the Angelomon, Magnadramon, and Mastermon effects, he is literally broken, because he has the rush ability. So normally Digimon will have summoning sickness, but he can attack straight away, which is good. It is good. Unfortunately, there's, especially with BT5, there's some anti-rookie rush cards. I can't remember the name of the character, but it's the male protagonist from Cyber Sleuth. He has an effect that all level 3s lose memory as they attack, which kind of prevented me from actually using Bushi to his maximum, so I ended up doing different plays instead. So yeah, that's I might decide to bump him down to 3 because I believe Bushi is, well, he's on his way out, or he's still relevant, but there's cards that counter him, which is good because that's how power creep should work. I encourage you to buy more packs. The 4 Pulsemon, still happy with this card. I didn't maximize on his effects too much, so I mostly use him for draw power, which is always good. It's always what I need. But if you had 3 security, you'd be able to get both effects off, which I did probably do once or twice. But as I'll get to near the end of the video, I'll explain why I chose not to try and maximize on that play too much. But he's still a good 4. I'll keep him at 4 always because he is relevant. I just can't wait for the next Pulse mod to come out. 2 Lotmons. Believe I've reduced this from 3 or 4. I'm not too sure, but this guy is helpful just for checking what I've got on the top of my security, because it's a bit of a mind play with this as well. Because normally you'll check the top card. If you like it, you add it to your hand, plus you draw 1. Or if you don't like it, you put the card back where it was and you don't draw anything. It could be a bit of a mind play because, well, it's also an interaction with another human being. You can look at a card and be like, "Oh, I'm not too sure about that. I'm not sure I want to take it," because you could make it look like that you had, say, like I picked this up, and I'd be like, "Oh, I want to put that down." The opponent might think it's something with high power or high level or whatever. So it kind of makes your opponent second guess a little. So I kind of like him for that mindfuckery, I guess. Uh, it's it's a niche thing. It's not always going to come off. So I will keep him at 2. If it comes to it that he's not relevant anymore, or he's just not seeing much play, I'll probably bump it down to 1 or get rid of him totally. But right now, I kind of like him as is. I did maximize on a recovery on 4 Salamon. So Salamon has an effect that when she's deleted, you recover 1 if your security is 3 or less. This card has bailed me out quite a few times, but there was a couple of games where I felt uh, she was a little unnecessary, or I kind of wish I saw something else, because the only draw power I had was the potential of Upamon digivolving, which there was a couple of games where I couldn't, or Pulsemon, and I was kind of wishing I probably had. Oh, I wish this was something to search a card, or whatever. Sorry, I just kind of cover the light so you can actually see the cards. So I may decide to either drop 2 or drop 1 to have like either something that would prevent digisorption or memory gain on the opponent's side, or even a way to draw more cards, which probably end up being an option card anyway. And the last 2 cards is the promo Palamon. So if your security is 1 or fewer, you hard play him to recover 1. He was pretty clutch in one of the games. He was very clutch. He made me last at least 1 or 2 more turns. He did get eliminated in the end, but it was nice seeing him. And when I first saw this card, I thought, 4 costs for a rookie and it only recovers 1, that is not worth it. But there's been times where he's delayed a turn or brought me back from the brink, and now I have much more respect for him. So that's all good. So I guess out of all these, I'll probably potentially cut 1 or 2 of Salah, and 1 or 2 of Bushi, and replace either Salah with something that gives me draw potential, and Bushi either with another rookie that is cheaper to evolve, because unfortunately most of these guys are pretty high cost, as you can see. I mean, the most expensive being Bushi for 5. You got 2, well, you got 6 that costs 4. My issue today was a lot of memory choking. I mean, I play a lot of high level monsters, and people were aware of that. They're aware of what was going to destroy me. So I think I will put a slightly different rookie that has no effect but is cheaper to play, so that way I don't give my opponent too much memory, which after a while I kind of got better at, after I changed my playstyle a little, which I'll get into further later. Right, that was level 3. It's next to level 4's, 2 Terry, just because he's cheap to digivolve. So my aim in this deck again is to, I want to say link climb because of Yu-Gi-Oh, but basically evolve climb to get to the highest as possible with as cheap as possible. And 2 of the starter deck blockers, the Unimons, level 2. I mainly played 2 of these just because Pitamon, although Pitamon is cheaper to digivolve for only 1, so just like Tyriamon, I got 6 ways to cheaply digivolve the champion. The issue with Pitamon is he's only 5,000 power, whereas Unimon is 6,000 power. And I know he can be outed just as easily, but there's times where Unimon has been useful. And there's also been times where I've been stuck without a rookie and 6 memory, well, 5 memory to play or 6 memory, and it's always nice to give your opponent as less as possible. And seeing that it's, I think it was turn 1 a couple of times at the hard play, a Unimon, and he did work, which was good. So that is the champion lineup. So I was happy with this threshold I got here, more or less. I may decide, and this is going to be going against what I just said, I may decide to reduce Unimon to 1 and replace him with another one. Because what I find is my champions don't exactly have that great effects. They're either just cheap or cheap blockers. I feel like I need something to give my ultimates and megas some sort of edge. Either it be DP reduction or potential drawing a card or memory gain or something. I feel like something needs to happen at level 4 inherited stage. That's what I feel. Yeah, I think I might look into that, but potentially cutting out uni. Get to the ultimates. Now, this is where things got a little hairy for me. There was at least 2 matches. So just to clarify, a game is 1 game consisting of 3 matches, and it's best 2 out of 3. So when I say game, that's 1 game with 1 person, and when I say match, that's like one of the matches inside a game. That's my interpretation of it anyway. But there was a couple of matches where I was level 5 locked. I just could not get level 5 for the life of me. They weren't in my security because my security ran out and there was nothing in there. So they were on my deck. So my issue is I didn't have good enough draw potential. And I feel my number of ultimates might be a little lacking, is to say. And I'll explain why as I get to the level 6s. But first things first, 2 War Growlmon. Got his effect off a couple of times. I believe one of the times I might have misplayed him slightly. I just probably should have done something else first and then done his DP reduction. But I might decide to cut him down because he doesn't seem quite relevant in this. But then again, his digi bursting is useful when I do decide to go into Mastermon, because Mastermon gets level 4, level 3 Digimon from the trash to play. So I'm a bit hit and miss. But today he didn't do much for me. So I might just cut him down to 1. I might not. I don't know. It probably depends what I do with the other cards. Played 1 of the recovery Angelwomon. Unfortunately, I did horribly misplay her. I I had, well, I'm just going to say it now. I'm just going to show it now. Like I'm running both of these Angelwomons. I mistook this one as I was siphoning through cards for this one and actually played it in the raisin area. And of course, anything that's in the raisin area doesn't have its effects applied, or any effects will apply to it. So I missed out on a recovery, unfortunately. Probably wouldn't have made a big deal, but it's always one of those things you think in the back of your mind. I think things would have gone differently, and once you realise that, you kind of like fumble your plays a little. Going back to the raisin area, there's, I don't want to knock any people, but it was also something that I had clarified yesterday whilst playing a game with other people. Some people seem to forget that in the raising area or the breeding area, card effects on the board do not affect the raising area and vice versa. It's kind of like a different dimension, so to say. So I've had a few people, I can't remember I think it was Nokia. She has like effects to reduce the cost of, I believe, Digimon of Guru, Omni, and Greymon in the name. And people are using effect for the Digimon in the raising area. That's a no. it only works if it's actually in the main area, and vice versa. So any effects that would have, like my recovery, doesn't work because she's in the raising area. So that's something people need to be more aware about. And shout out to I don't really want to say names online, but I I played some friendly matches at Geek Retreat with a staff member and a friend, and we sort of like clarified a few rules with each other, and it was a real good eye opener. That thank you very much for the games played yesterday, because it seriously prepared me with this deck today, playing today. So shout out to the Double Helix. I'm just going to say his username. That'll do. Thanks, Double Helix, for the practice. So, anyways, one of the recovery, just to recover one, she did me well. Part of me wants to bump her to two, so if I did get rid of Walker, I'll bump her to two, but I think I'm safe with one. And of course, I'm not going to do any changes to the Angel Woman, because her effect of reducing security attack saved me a bunch of games, and the effect of getting more monsters on the field when attacking if there's a mega on top, that's helpful. I believe that's what kind of messed me up, actually, because I was ready to attack, and then I realized, oh no, I've got the wrong Angel Woman on play. So yeah, I feel like I do need another level 5, and I'll get into the reason as to why right now. So I'm just going to put these as top. Now we get to level 6s. Right, get to the one Magna. I don't want to say she. She's going to be a she now. So I did actually use her on play, where you hard play it, and if you got 3 or fewer security, you recovered 2. That saved me. It prolonged my last game against an Imperial Dramon blue deck. I think it was mostly blue. Yeah, that that was a really fun game. I will admit. So yeah, that provided some protection. I was hoping to, because hard played it and I managed to survive another round. I was planning to get the attacking effect to play another level 3 to rush into like more Bushis, but unfortunately I ran into a very strong security, which was very unfortunate. And pardon me. So I will be keeping Magna at the 1. She's helpful, definitely. This is a part where I'm gonna say the reason why I need more level 5. So I ran 2 Mastermon, and Mastermon, it's tricky. The trouble is with Mastermon, she's 4 to Digivolve, and if I didn't have the memory, I was being memory choked a lot in quite a few games. She's very difficult to actually use. So most of the time I'm left with 3 memory. If I Digivolve to her, I'll be giving my opponent 1. I would seriously need a blocker in my trash to play, to make it worthwhile. But unfortunately, there's a couple of games where I didn't really have a blocker. Either that was lack of draw power, or I just didn't have one. And my issue is I'll get if I did bring back level 4, that level 4 was kind of stuck. And this is my issue, because I'm running I believe I'm running 8 champions level 4s, and I'm only running, I say only, I think it's 7. Yeah, I'm running 7 level 5s. Now the issue is, potentially, if I did get off both Mastermons, I'm running potentially 10 champions if I brought them both back with the effect, and then they're kind of stuck. I mean, if they were blockers, okay, they'll do something, but then some of the decks I was playing against, they had piercing, and I'm not being funny. Dino Beamon, why is that card existing with jamming and piercing? It's like, that's insane. Even just hard playing it is a decent play. So a blocker being brought back, it's insufficient. So I may as well have, bring back a level 4, but if I can digivolve something on top of it that could do something, like one of these Angela ones, that would have been good. But again, I don't want to increase this too much because I might feel reliant on it. I probably need to play a different War Grandmon. Another one wouldn't, I don't think would do much. Heck, I'm thinking of cutting one down. So I think either a vanilla level 5, so I can digivolve onto that level 4. I know it's probably not going to do much, but at least it probably should set up another level 6 the next turn. Who knows? Or even just a level 5 that has an effect, and the digivolving effect or something. Um, so that's my current issues. Like the reason why I want to play more level 5s because I don't. I'll be able to see more in my hand, but not only that, if I get the effects of Mastermon to bring back level 4s, I mean, ideally you want to bring back a level 3, ideally a Bushi, but again, the I can't remember the name of the card. I want to say Arata, but it's probably not. But the one that makes your Digimon lose level 3 Digimon lose memory as they're attacking, there's no point. So I would just end up looking for alternatives, such as the Patamon to recover one, or if possible, the Salamon. But again, Salamon, you need a certain number of cards in security, and you need to have her attack. And there's probably times where I just ended up digital evolving on top of her because I needed a blocker instead. So it's the meta. Well, I don't want to say the meta, but the play style ever since BT5 has changed things up a lot. I just realised I just might have been knocking my table around a lot, and I very apologise for that. Yeah, so I mean, that was my chair. If you heard that, that wasn't me passing gas. I don't want to say my deck's a rookie rush style deck. It either alternates between its megas or it resorts to its level 3s to do most of the damage, mostly the Bushis, and to recover when possible. But the level 3s are becoming a slight liability with the new cards that have been released at BT5. I mean, they're important, but there's plays around them now. So definitely want to play more level 5s. But then memory for Mastermon is pretty tight, and there was times I was desperate for memory. So I might introduce more memory Digimon or something that give me more memory. I don't know. It's something I have to look into, definitely. And 3 War Greymon. This guy. This guy. Oh my goodness, this guy. Okay, so he did win me, I would say, 3 to 4 games off the top of my head. The number of times this guy was in my security stack. I mean, against the Imperialdramon deck, the one that was very clutch. I think in all 3 games against this one person, I used Blinding Ray, and my War Greymon was the one that was trashed. And he would have probably blocked something. I mean, probably that's a motorcycle going by. You could probably hear that. I mean, against a Dino Beamon with jamming, it probably wouldn't have done much. But if he attacked with something else, it probably would have got destroyed. And he was always in security every time I played Blinding Ray, which was frustrating, to say the least. But then still, his effect of him just being a brute in the end, because he was, I believe I had him with a Koromon, which kind of helped him because I was being a bit more tactical rather than just going straight for security. I was attacking the opponent's Digimon as well. I was being less one-minded or one single-minded. So I was actually going, and the Koromon did help out. So I'll probably keep him the same. To be honest, my megas, my level 6s, I'm happy with the layout. It's just I need to find ways to accommodate for more level 4 plays into level 5s. But I also need to change my thinking head with War Grey, and I'll explain what I mean as I get to the option cards. So, oh, actually, sorry, before I get to the option cards, forgot the most important guy, level 7 Chaos Valderam. He had the same issue as War Greymon, that he was either in security and it was useless. I did do a couple of I wouldn't say board breaking, but I did disrupt opponent's card quite a few times using a mixture of Wargreymon, Wargreymon, and Volderon's Digivolve effect. Excuse me. But alas, I think, yeah, it was a D Brigade deck I played against. That deck is insane. They were able to recover back very easily, so unfortunately it wasn't enough. Good go, but unfortunately, no. Alright, now we get to the option cards, and this is the card that's the bane of my life. Right, so I played 4. I'm not going to cut this, because I either saw it too much, or I didn't see it at all. And against the last game of like the day, I didn't see this damn thing at all. 2 of it was in my security, so it was utterly useless, which I wasn't pleased about. But this card, it's both my, I don't want to say, well, it's my ace in a hole, but it's also my downfall. Because my mindset, as I get the other cards out, I want to get Pulsemon's effect off, efficiently. So I want to get my memory down to 3, so I can gain a memory and draw 1 at the same time. The only problem with that is I do have a lot of effects, like Wargreymon, for example, remove a security stack to unsuspend, or even Mastermon, when you digivolve, remove a security stack from both sides. I have a lot of effects that reduce my security quite happily. And unfortunately, when I see this guy, I am very tempted to play him straight away because I just want more memory. So I can link climb to maximum level to do the most amount of damage. The thing is, that is also putting me in a predicament because now I've got less security to protect myself, and the opponent only has to chip away at me, which the D Brigade player did notice, and he did take advantage of that. So it was good that I played against, again, I don't want to say the guy's name, but I'll just call him D Brigade, Big D. um, like conversing with him, he did point out to me, and it was good that he said that I'm putting myself very vulnerable. I had a good board, but I made myself vulnerable because I chipped away at my security myself rather than the opponent doing it. So I'll bring my security down to 3. It'll be the opponent's turn after I've done all my plays, and he's still got about, I don't know, 2 to 3 unsuspended Digimon that can just attack me. And because I've digivolved so far, because I had all this memory, I didn't have any blockers. So, or I, you know, played so aggressively that I forgot to protect myself in the end. So that match against that player was good, because from that point on, I changed my play style dramatically for the last game, and that in turn, it made the game a lot longer than it would have been. I mean, I still lost. I still lost 2-1 to the opponent, but my mindset changed and it made it last longer. I ended up in the last game of the entire tournament. I recovered about I think it was nine memory. No, sorry, I recovered 4 memory. So initially I had like 9 security. You know, after the upwards and downwards, but that was because I was alleviating from playing Blinding Ray. But then I couldn't exactly anyway because it was in my security. So yeah, it would have been nice to see it, because there was a point where if I just brought up a Mastermon, I would have had everything else set up to not win game, but put the opponent in a desperate situation. But because I didn't have enough memory to play Mastermon and another option, I was kind of stuck, unfortunately. So yeah, it was a good learning experience for me for that. And the last option, the good old Eden's Javelin. Uh, she was helpful. She was good. So I'm going to keep this as one. Um, Not exactly. It's been used in combinations of others, so I would use it with a combination of Wargreymon or Wargreymon effect, or even like a Koromon inherited effect. and I'll get an opponent's Digimon to about, I think it was, oh goodness, was it another Mastermon? Sorry, I got a feeling it was something that had 14,000 power, and I used War Greymon's effect to bring it down to 8,000. It was active, so I couldn't attack it still. So I did it on other plays, and then I just played Eden's Javelin and got rid of it because I had exactly 8 cards in my hand afterwards. So Eden's Javelin is definitely useful again for draw power as well. I'm not going to up it to 2 again. I think 1 is just as well. And last but not least, we get to the Tamers. So, Kari, I'm sorry, the concept of you is good, but I didn't see her at all. She was, because it's meant to be that whenever security is removed from your stack, you suspend her to gain 1 memory. She didn't come up once. She wasn't even 1 security. So I don't want to up it to 2. But then again, I had 4 TK. He was too much. There was a time where I had 3 of him on play. Now, if I was playing a Shine Greymon deck, great, but I'm not playing a Shine Greymon deck. And having 4 TK, I think, is too much now. So I will be removing him for 1, because, I mean, even if I had all 4 out, there's still potential that, well, I'll get free memory, but free memory isn't enough for some of my plays. So I need to find different ways to getting memory. So I either might play the yellow Kari that if I have 3 or less security, I'll gain my memory, or begrudgingly when I do this, I might up this to 2, because I've got so many different ways of altering my security stack. I've got more of a chance of getting this Kari off. I mean, even if the opponent attacks my security, I can tap her for gaining 1 memory, and then when it goes to my active favor, reactivate her, do a TK, tap her for another memory. If I had 2, I get 2 memory. But I'm not sure what to do, to tell the truth, but definitely 4 TK was too much. I mean, if I got the space, I'll probably bring him down to 3, have 2 of the yellow Kari, and probably keep her in as well. I mean, it's still quite a lot of Tamers, and I don't know. And probably know me, I'll probably do that, cut him down to 3, and then I'll never see him. But I think at one game, I had 2 of them in security, and it was kind of dead, really, because there's no need for that many TKs in security. And but me saying that, even if I do have a TK in security, he'll get active if he's checked anyways. So yeah, big eye opener for me today. I can't remember. I mean, the first game was against a red deck. It was mostly a starter deck with some other cards. The player was very new, but he did very well. I thought he did a lot better than me on my first tournament. But as I said to him, like I'm a bit wary of red because my deck doesn't perform so well. Sorry about that. My bloody alarm on my phone went off and disrupted my recording. It's only an orthodontist reminder. So what was I saying? Yeah, against the red guy, I enjoyed that match, and he said he enjoyed it, which is good, and I would like to play against him someday. Second one was against D Brigade. That can be insane. I mean, I was still. I don't want to say that anything would have changed, but I think with my new mindset of being a bit more cautious, I would definitely say I'll probably not win one game, but probably would have made it be a bit more sway. But the advice he gave was fantastic, exactly what I needed, and that's why it's good to always play in these sort of tournaments, because you'll learn things about yourself that you didn't realize. Because the way I was playing before, I was playing probably like a red deck disguised as a yellow in a sense. You know, red being more aggressive, and I was playing like a very aggressive play style with a yellow deck, and yellow isn't known for like brute forcing that much. I mean, even like 11,000, that's quite low for level 6. I mean, and it's quite high cost as well. So I was doing a very aggressive play style. and against the Imperial Dramon deck. So first game went to me, second game went to them. So the third game was like the decider. I think we were one of the last people to finish as well. But the last game, that was sweaty as anything. I mean, I did so much recovery. I believe he finished off with like at least 2 security, but I did have quite a few answers to what he was playing, and I'm not, again, like Dino Beamon. Why is it like that? Why is it? I mean, the fact that it has piercing and jamming on a level 5, and then he would like digivolve into Imperial Dramon, or I can't remember what else he played, but it was just insane, and it shouldn't be like that. He also played the tamer that gave -1 memory to attacking level 3s as well. But that was a very fun match. Today was actually fun in general. A lot of people entered. It was kind of an odd number, so it's a bit of like a funny, I don't know, round robin style, whatever. But yeah, one game, one match out of 3 again. There's quite a few second places because of the way things happened, but I'm gonna make changes to this deck again. I'm gonna continue with yellow. I'll probably make version 5 of yellow. Um, I'm not particularly interested in BT5. I keep saying that. There is like 1 or 2 cards that I think might be good for this, and considering that I want to cut down on like one of these, and uh, there's some cuts I want to make and some additions as well. So I might look into getting a couple of BT5 cards that work in yellow. It's mainly Spiral Masquerade. I'm not interested in Lord Nightmon. I feel like his, because I don't particularly like building wide boards. I prefer going like thick and hard. um, and Lord Nightmon seems to be more akin to like more bodies on the field, which is strange because the cards I have has a capability of doing that. But I would mostly use that for Bushi, but I don't know. There's a lot to think about. I also got told about Starmon that does like -1000 DP for the number of Digimon on the field. Um, that would be good because if I had like a Magna with an Anja woman underneath, I can get 2 out. So I think it includes that itself. So that would potentially be like at least 3000, which isn't a lot, but I don't know. It's worth thinking about. To be honest, there were some older cards back from like BT 1 to 3 or 1 to 1.5. I think I might tech those in, or at least replace them into this deck, because not many people played him, and looking at the skills is like, well, it's not that expensive and it does something interesting. So who knows? There's a lot of possibilities I want to do with this deck. I'm kind of thankful that the meta has changed with BT5's release in England. So it gives me more opportunities to experiment a little, and I'm probably going to fail again for experimenting. So I'm going to finish the video off with opening a BT5. You get given a pack for entering a tournament. So what do we get out of this? Well, my purple deck, I would like a Omnimon swap. Probably defeat, but then kind of don't want to defeat because everyone's bragging about defeat and I'm getting sick and tired of it. And that packet was a bit hard to open. Oh, jeez. Out. It's kind of hard doing this. I got the camera in front of me with a tripod in front of me. I'm trying to knock the camera too much. And again, I apologise if I've shaken the camera a bit as well, because I've got a slightly different setup from what I usually got. It's kind of hack and slash at the moment because I still need to transfer files onto my gaming PC. But yes, Talmon. I'll tell you what, it's level 5. Maybe. Musiamon has jamming. So he's like equivalent to Cesarmon that I used to run. Triceramon, I don't do red. Floramon, I don't do green. Palmon, I don't do green. Supreme Cannon. Oh, this is for Omnimon, so he might have a use. Garurumon. Oh, Infermon. Coromon. I don't run red though. Hey, we got a Spiral Masquerade. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so the reason why I'm interested in this is you can see for each Digimon you have in play, you can activate the effect below. So one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 for the turn. So if I had two Digimon, I can minus 3,000 off of two Digimon, or I can use the same effect on the same Digimon. So potentially if I had a opponent that had like a 6,000 DP Digimon, I can delete that Digimon. It's also got a security effect to activate the main effect. So I'm tempted, if I had the space for it, have up to 4. Not 4, but up to 4 if I got the space for it. So Spiral Masquerade would be interesting to use. I just saw a yellow down there. I don't want to... Renamon... I'm not too sure about that one. So on play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -1 security attack. That's quite expensive for a level 4, but oh well. No. No way. Are you... No. Is that seriously... Is that the... No fucking way, dude. No, is that the one that everyone's talking about? I mean... typing from one hand from too far away. Oh my shitting... Wait, is there different rarities? I don't know what rarity this is. How do I tell if there's... Is there only one type? Is there... I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this. How do I know what secret where? Where? I don't know what secret rare or not. Or is there just like... Because I'm not sure if there's like higher rarity versions of the same card, or they're just regular versions, or they're all just like the same. You just... No fucking way. I mean, looking at TCG Player, it's like $62, which is probably not far off from sterling, but... Is there an alt art of this as well? Yeah, there is. Oh, that alt art is pretty though. That's some pretty ass alt art, and it's over... Well, some eBay's listing it for like 150. Holy fucking shit! I wasn't expecting that. You know what? I'm not being funny. I would have ran this if I opened my pack earlier, but I thought, nah, I'll save it till later. Shit. Because, I mean, the good thing about this guy, I know he's a... I think he's classed as white, and he digivolves from black and purple. But he has a security effect that you can play this card without battling and without paying its memory cost. So play this card without battling. So yeah, it just basically gets insta-summoned. I mean, it's got a digivolved effect, but it wouldn't happen in this deck. But on deletion, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. It's like, oh, you know, fucking what? I could have... Because I ran into quite some strong, like, level 6 or level 7 Digimon. One of them was an Omnimon, and I could have just ran this into something, and I would have deleted a Digimon. Oh, fucking hell. I mean, I could have removed one of these guys because he was the insecurity and doing nothing. Oh, well, I don't know how to end this now because I wasn't fucking expecting that. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, I'll have to mention I'll be streaming later. So I'll try and put a link into this video. I am very new to streaming, so apologies if I sound boring. If you look up Zane-Destiny on Twitch, it'd be Zane-Destiny, I believe. I don't know. I'll have a link in the description, but if you just look up Zane-Destiny or Zane-Destiny with a dash in between the Zane and Destiny, whatever, you should be able to find me. I'm planning to Twitch later on, stream later on, playing some Digimon Cyber Sleuth because I love that game. Played it on the PlayStation. And then I saw Steam was doing a sale, and well, I need to start playing some PC games, and it was like a nice little bundle that also had Hacker's Memory, and I haven't played Hacker's Memory, so I still can't believe I fucking pulled Omnimon Swap Defeat. I mean, is it easy to get? I mean, that is a very pretty card to tell the truth. Wow. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Take care of yourselves and see you soon. Maybe on the stream. If you're on the stream, say hi. Take care. Bye.